Hey, Sniper. Sniper says, Grand Risings, Eric. Nice to see you. Hope the work is going well. Physically tough day ahead of you, but I know you're up for it. Dive right in. Lesson 186 of the Course of Miracles. Salvation of the world depends on me. By here, salvation means not saving, but seeing through. Seeing through to what's actually present, reality. Dostoevsky. That's about as close as I'm ever going to get to saying it right. Wrote about that in his book, and I don't remember the title, where he talks about rebelling against the 2 plus 2 equals 4 world. And he said, what if we refuse to believe it? What if we instead believe that 2 plus 2 equals 5? Which means that there is a reality that does not comply with the logic of our beliefs, with the logic of the systems that we have in place, with our perceptions. Beyond the perceptuary world, beyond the illusion, is reality, and reality is love, which means the only real equation, according to the Course of Miracles, is 1 plus 1 equals 1. There's only one. The whole point of Advaita Vedanta literally means not two. Doesn't mean we're only one. Doesn't mean that there is one or just oneness, because to say there is only one means that there is, it implies that there is an observer saying there's only one, which means there's two, the observer and the observed. However, hey Soulstar, Grand Rising Yogi, Grand Rising to you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Which is why Advaita Vedanta literally means Advaita, not two, because you can only say it. So to join, connect as one, and even beyond that, that's looking through the role of yoga as well. It only seems that we use yoga to get to that point of one. It's already one. There's no joining. In absolute oneness, in absolute love, nothing can join to nothing to make it whole, because wholeness already exists. That's all there is. To see through the illusion is to see that the arrogance that we can do something to make something whole. All we can do is let go of the idea that wholeness is not already present, and we seamlessly, we literally melt back into the whole. That's why the ego doesn't really exist, because the ego, the only role of the ego is to keep things separate. Now, in this world, in Dostoevsky's 2 plus 2 equals 4 world, we need that separation in order to have boundaries, in order to keep things easy to navigate. You know, if we didn't recognize that there was separation between us and a tree, seemingly we'd run into a tree, right? We need that. However, we don't need to believe it. We know that it's not. We know, because we've seen through it, that that's not ultimate reality, that that is not the ultimate equation of 1 plus 1 is always and only 1. So we navigate through with the 2 plus 2 equals 4 world, all the while smiling, knowing that in reality, 2 plus 2 equals 5. Gives us that inner smile. And that inner smile allows us to be kind to everyone. Everyone is fighting a hard battle. All of us. And we don't know how hard it is for someone. We think it's so easy for them. They're lying. It's so easy for them. They're arrogant. It's so easy for them that they don't care. I'm the only one that cares. They don't see how much this hurts me. Everyone is fighting their hard battle. Everyone. That's why we're kind to everyone. Sometimes we're not kind, which only means we chose the wrong teacher. And guess what? It's okay to choose the wrong teacher. Smile and choose again. Spirit Brother UK says, hey everyone, hey soul. Hey Spirit Brother, how are you? Semper says, sometimes I do find trees in the face. I imagine you do. Being attuned as you are to nature and you're able to see the true nature, our inner treeness within all of us. Hey, Brian. Brian says, so Eric, hello, squirrel. Nice to see you, Brian. Nice and early for you. It's 4:07 for our friend Brian Lane. You out meditating? I'm on a roll pronouncing Dostoevsky. I might have come close to pronouncing it correctly at least 3 or 4 times in this conversation. I'll try to talk about it again this afternoon, and I'll say it wrong every time. Hey, Susanna. Hey, Sandy. Sandy, how are you? How's the piercings going, Sandy? Soulstar says, hi, Spirit Brother UK. Good to see you, bro. Hey, Susanna. Susanna says, hi, everyone. Nice to see you. Spirit Bro says, pretty good here. Just very sleepy. You able to maybe relax, take a nap a bit? And faces in the trees. Nice. Soulstar says, hi, Susanna. Great to see you. Runner Boy. Hey, Runner Boy. What's up? Semper says, and we have a special connection with trees. We share the same biofield. We're all connected. Trees are a perfect metaphor for that, how those roots connect. We really don't have a tree. It's a network of trees. We have a forest. Forest is one being. Sandy says, I have to class in 3 hours and haven't been to sleep yet. Hey, maybe lay down and just get some rest for, however long you're able to before you have to start getting ready. You ever heard of Yoga Nidra? It's a yogic sleep. If you go to my page, about page, you'll see a playlist for Yoga Nidra, different teachers, and you can do it from 5 minutes to an hour, and they lead you into this deep sleep. 1 hour of Yoga Nidra is the equivalent of 4 hours of deep sleep. So it's definitely worth doing. Soulstar says, we actually have similar DNA structure to trees. Wow. That's awesome to know. Brian says, yeah, I did meditation. I just wanted to keep up in the quiet hours around here. It's a miracle. So Snappy and I are listening. Teddy is sleeping. I love those quiet hours. That's why I'm up so early. I was up at about 2:15 this morning. Hey, Ian. In yogic tradition, it's called Brahma Muhurtai, the hours of God. Ian says, hi, hope all have a wonderful week. We only have 4 words that perform the best miracles. Don't worry, be happy. Then the miracle comes. A smile. Awesome. I love that. Thank you, Ian. Spirit Bro says, no nap for me. I've got bills to pay. I got bills to pay today, too. Thank you for bringing that up. And I have to get the car cleaned today, unfortunately, but can definitely have an early night. I'm glad you can get an early night. Rest when tired. It's a good wish for all of us, isn't it? Maybe all be able to rest when tired. Hey, Mark, Gravity Core Fitness is here. Says, hey, Eric, hey, you getting in some reps today? I don't know what's more fun, to watching Mark and Joe get in their reps, get in their awesome reps, man, they're working hard and they're showing you how to do it. Not only do they work hard, they have some very precise instructions on how to get the job done. If you guys want to get in shape, the best shape of your life, whatever level you find yourself at, go visit Gravity Core Fitness. And then, if you just want to relax and smile, join them later in the day in the pub. Don't worry, guys. They're not drinking. Mark isn't drinking. They're just having fun, hanging out with a bunch of friends. And by a bunch of friends, I mean you guys. I mean us. I mean me. For me, it's a whole lot of fun to stop by. I hope you guys get a chance too. Make sure you reach out, subscribe to everyone. Great way to grow your channel. It only takes one person. You reach out and you connect with Mark and Joe, right, to their channel. You're going to meet a whole lot more people. You connect to 1 or 2 people there, and then you reach out to another whole different crowd. And it just keeps expanding, expanding, expanding. Brian says, may everyone here have a blessed day. Thank you, Brian. You too, my friend. Brian got in. Speaking of big reps. Hey, Brian, are you connected with Gravity Core Fitness? Mark, are you connected with Brian Lane? He's putting in huge reps. 600-day burpees, 700-day burpees. And he's doing a lot of them unbroken. Soulstar says, much the same to you, Brian. Hey, Teddy. Teddy Belcher says, April Fools. Oh, yeah, it is April Fools. Hey, speaking of April Fools, it's April. I get to gift 10 memberships. I think I'll do 5 this morning, 5 later in the day. Let's see who gets it. Totally random, guys. I never know who it's going to be. We're going to get down there. Somebody says, Mark, digging out a tree root. I'm an hour in, just scrapping it. Want to swap jobs? Want to swap jobs. So, Sarah, happy first day of spring. Thank you, my friend. Somebody says, add, bring respect, and make it funny. That's all we ask. Can you be funny? That's not an easy task, you know? Everyone's been trolling along on the internet for decades now. So almost everything's been said, you know? Almost every little bit of trolling, almost every little insult, almost every little dig, it's all been done. So, man, if you want to be a troll, you got to up your game. You got to bring it, you know? Not the old tired stuff. Come in here and make a ball joke. Come on, guys. I've been hearing ball jokes for 20 years. It's not news to me. I make a ball joke every morning I look in the mirror. Don't let me be funnier than you. That's horrible. You got to be funnier than me. If you're going to be a troll, you got to be funnier. You got to, like I said, bring your A game, guys. Mark says, good luck with that trunk. So let's see who we got. Tandra, awesome. Our good friend Tandra. William, awesome again. Our good friend William. Sully Jim Rat, another excellent friend. Matthew, awesome. Bill Advago, here's a new friend. And hey, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a good 5. Awesome. We're going to do it again in the afternoon. We'll see who gets the... I hope I make it worthwhile. It's 99 cents to get a membership. It adds up. I have 7.47 subscribers. Man, imagine if I got 7,099 subscribers. That would be pretty awesome. Imagine if I got 1,099 subscribers. Sniper says, that's a great 4 out of 5. I know. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I was really happy to see that, Sniper. Sandy says, I might not go to class today. Hey, Sandy, if you need the rest, get the rest. To be honest, I don't know if it's worth going to class if you're too tired to really give it your attention. Nothing's going to sink in and you do yourself more damage. I don't want to sound like I'm giving advice, but I'm giving advice. Sometimes it's better to get the rest. Come back recharged. And you've been through a lot lately. Soulstar says, our A team is on their A game. Yes. Let's see. Mark says to Brian, subscribe, my friend. Awesome. Left a message on your short. Brian will definitely subscribe back. He's a great guy. He is not only a burpee practitioner extraordinaire, hugely powerful and strong. He's a deeply sensitive spiritual person. He's dedicated his life to the message of recovery. He's been through the fire, literally. And he came out the other end, and now he's shown everyone that they can do it too. Nothing but huge respect for Brian, and absolute love for him and his message. Mark says, busy schedule today, Yogi. Community group, but hey, we will still get them reps in. Thank you, Shidoshi Tyson. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I have no doubt you're going to get your reps in. Original Outlaw says, so from Springfield, Massachusetts. Hello, Massachusetts, my friend. Hey, speaking of Springfield, what state do you think The Simpsons take place in? There's a Springfield, Massachusetts, Springfield, Illinois. There's probably a Springfield in every single state. Hey, Fruit Season, my friend. Fruit Season says, so, sir, Yogi. Like, bro, hey, I appreciate that. What time do we got? 5:18. I think we'll talk for about 5 more minutes. I'm going to make some oatmeal and go out for my walk. It's a windy day out. Soulstar says, apparently I can't use my PayPal account to join. Yeah, YouTube is funny that way. I wish they'd make it easier for everyone. Hey, I appreciate the effort. So I'll be honest with you guys. No gift goes unnoticed. And if you are here, no matter what time it is for you, you're giving me the gift of your attention, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Even if it's just hitting the like button and offering a kind word. I don't take that for granted, and I'm extremely thankful. Thank you. Hey, Jonathan. Jonathan Slow, how are you doing today? I really wish I could talk to you and do something for you. I just mentioned that, Jonathan, just by being here. And you always come in with so much kindness all the time, and I always appreciate your emails. You're doing something for me right there. Original Outlaw says, I always wondered. Yeah, me too. And there's a Springfield, Missouri. I think they keep it like that way on purpose. Well, I know they do. Jonathan, are you on Facebook? Soulstar says, I'll be back. I need to figure out why my account will not allow me to purchase membership. Got you, my friend. Thank you. Tandra says, hey, Yogi, good morning. Hey, Tandra. Tandra, you were gifted a membership, my friend. I hope I can make... Oh, thank you so much. So sorry you figured that out quickly. Thank you so much. It's 6 memberships for the day on the 1st of April. Awesome way to start. I might do a members only live stream later this afternoon. I went to do that on Sunday and inadvertently set up a regular live stream. Sandy says, it was one of my friend's wedding on Sunday and I got super drunk and I'm really hungover from it. Wow, and it's Tuesday. So a 2-day hangover. That's a lot of drinking, man. Everyone is saying, hi, Tandra. How are the watch hours? How close are we? Guys, our friend Tandra is really close to hitting 3K again. She lost some watch hours over the course of the past, 2 months. So we need to push her back up to 3K. If anyone could go through her playlist, and I want to be completely honest with you, her playlist is a joy to go through. If you leave it up through the course of the day and you take a nature break, you take a tundra break, as I like to call it, meaning it's up and running, so you're doing her a great favor. You're giving her watch hours. But here's a great thing, verified by scientific studies. You can get 90% of the same benefits of nature by viewing a photograph of nature, by viewing a video of nature. Your body responds to it as if you are there. Not 100%, but enough of a percent that it's worthwhile. So have Tandra up on her playlist, and then give yourself a break if you're doing any kind of work at your computer. That's what I do. Tanya says, oh, lovely. Thanks. You're welcome. Completely random. However, even if it wasn't random, I would have chosen you. Sandy says, I'm from Springfield, Kentucky. Nice. I love Kentucky. We got some other good friends who live in Kentucky. I've only been to Kentucky twice. Sosa says, oh my God, I gifted a membership and somehow I ended up with it. I think that had happened once before. Sniper pointed out in all his years on YouTube, he had only seen it once before. So this is twice. That's awesome. Hey, Soulstar, it ended up to the right person. Thank you, Fruit Season. Fruit Season says, Soul, thanks. Jonathan says, appreciate you too, my friend. Hey, if you do have Facebook, look me up. Oh, you don't. Sorry, I just saw that. I don't always get to my email as often as I should. So that's the only reason I mentioned that. No need to be sorry. 2850. All right, we're only 100 away, 150 away. 5 days are being held. We can close out the week with 3K. Tandra can reapply. She can resubmit to get monetized, and she's got it clinched this time. So, man, let's get over the finish line this week. So yeah, I do appreciate you too, Jonathan. You always have such kind words to say. Jonathan says you can just do the invite. The problem is I don't have that Google set up on my desktop, so it's hard for me to do. Soulstar says our creator has a huge sense of humor. Yes, I agree. And we match that sense of humor when we have that gentle smile of our own. When we approach everything in life with that gentle smile, just not taking it so seriously. So someone said something mean to us. Does that mean we need to respond in kind? If we just have that gentle smile where we say, I don't take it so seriously. That brings us back to Dostoevsky. Man, I'm nailing it today. Dostoevsky. Now I'm going to mess it up. I got cocky. I'm not going to say it again for the rest of the day. I will probably say it again. Anyway, he mentions that the everyday reality we trudge through, 2 + 2 = 4. You're born, you have a brief childhood, you go to school, you get a job, you work a job, get married, you have a kid, you retire. Trudging along. 2 + 2 = 4. However, reality is 2 + 2 = 5, meaning we can smile and know that there's actually more to life than just trudging through life, than just getting that job. That 2 + 2 = 5 is just a metaphor for the one and only formula that matters. 1 + 1 equals and is always 1. There's only one. There's only unity. There is, and even to say unity doesn't get deep to the matter. There's only God. There's only Godness. There's only love. This is why the beginning of A Course in Miracles says, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. Nothing real can be threatened because there's only love. And anything that isn't love is an illusion. And an illusion can never, never threaten reality. When we can rely and live in reality, true reality, love, or even remember that even when we step back in that 2 + 2 world, it's not real. We'll always have that internal peace that we can turn to. Gravity says, share this awesome stream. Got to shoot. Have an energized and blessed day, everyone. You too, Mark. Thank you so much. Jonathan says, 219-368-4088. Give me a call, buddy. Hold on. I don't know if I have a pen handy. I should. As someone who writes and always take notes, you'd think I have a pen handy all the time. There we go. Hey, I do have to say, I don't know how safe it is for you, though, to put your number. I will do my best. Fruit season gives us a wave. Thank you, Sniper. Thank you, Sniper. Hey, Jonathan. The only reason Sniper's deleting it is because he wants to keep you safe. Thank you, Soulstar. Absolutely. We got Sniper on the job. That's what he does. Sniper keeps everyone safe. Sniper says, just to be sure, Jonathan, Eric has it now. Sends us up. Again, thank you, Sniper. Redeemer says, love gave. Thank you, Redeemer. So this afternoon, I get 10 opportunities to gift out memberships. I did 5 this morning. I'll do 5 either this afternoon or this evening, if you guys remind me. We'll see who gets the other 5. Soulstar says, good looking out, Sniper. That's what he does. Hey, 7 Tank. Guten Abend, Regut Sister. Good? That's all I got. Good. Gets is don't got it. I did get the good. Guten Tag, my friend. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. How are you, nobody? Tundra says, thanks again, Yogi. Absolutely, Tundra. Nobody says, it's just me. 7 Tank says, I'm German. I have some German blood. My mother's maiden name was Schultz, but it goes way back. Nobody says, living the dream. We all are, my friend. I said, good afternoon. How are you? Gotcha. Yeah, it is afternoon for you. I should have got that. Nobody says, step it up in here. Double tap your screen. It's like, to like. It's free. Like and subscribe. Help the algorithms. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. 15 for 5 in the morning. 5:30. It's not too bad. Thanks, guys. You have amazing mods? I do have amazing mods. Now, here's the thing. For the most part, we mod people up so they can reach out, connect with each other. I don't expect anyone to, time anyone out or do anything like that. the big mod, Scroll Sniper, he's the guy that keeps us safe, keeps the conversation flowing, because he's in sync with what I like. I don't like to time people out. I don't like anyone to get banned. Um, it's not that I give everyone another chance. It's just that everyone's always welcome. But I don't like people being mean to our friends. That's really the one and only thing. If you come in and you think you control me, let's see what you got. I can take it. I'm good with it. But again, man, don't think that you can break me with a ball joke. Don't think you can break me with hey, you wear glasses. I've heard it all before, guys. Nobody says I like being here. I appreciate you being here. Let's see. But it's morning in Germany. Guten Morgen. All these early birds catching the plumpest and most optimal worms. So I posted, speaking of early birds, I posted a short yesterday of a hawk. I got 2 videos of the hawks. I got one hawk bringing a snake to its mate and then flying off, took a quick bite and then flew off. And then I got the female hawk take the snake and hop down on a lower branch and eat it. It was awesome to see, except I did feel sorry for the snake. I'm glad the mother hawk is getting ready to hatch her eggs. I'm glad she had nourishment. I see both sides though. Hey, Sweating and Smiling. Hey, you were up awful early. It's what, 4:30 in the morning for you? Hope you're doing well. Nobody says bird watching. Everything watching. I like to get out. I'm going to take a walk in just a little bit. I'm going to end the live stream in 1 minute. I'm going to eat some oatmeal. I'm going to get out and take my walk. Walk number 2, 3 per day. A little bit of running too. And whatever catches my eye. Deer, fox, owls. I see a lot of owls. I see a fair amount of hawks. Whatever bird catches my eye. Turtles. I got a nice little clip of a fish the other day too. Still says, I love bird watching. Me too. Since early grade school, I go old school with binoculars. I have a little monocular camera that I get to film. It was a birthday present from my significant, I don't know what to call her anymore. We dated, we got married, we got divorced, we stayed friends, we proved that we are deeper than friends. We've never truly drifted apart, although there is a sense of distance right now because of some life reasons. But it's been 23 years of everything 2 people can possibly go through. Redeemer says, Vermont. For me, I'm in the state of Maryland, Mid-Atlantic. It's 4:40 in Berlin, and my English isn't the best, so maybe I misspoke. So good evening. Good evening to you, my friend. Hey, your English seems pretty well. Pretty good. Better than mine. Definitely better than mine. 3 a.m. my side. Taking the in-laws to the airport. Gotcha. Safe travels, my friend. Everybody says you put bare feet on the ground. I do put bare feet on the ground. I actually wear barefoot shoes all the time, but I do like that actual barefoot on the ground. As you said, the grounding. Sister says, divine counterpart. Yes. Redeemer says, Google Translate is incorporated into the sending of messages. Just highlight text, click on 3 dots, and translate to a section of languages. I did not know you could do that. That's awesome. Redeemer says, they care about you. I love your mods. They do care about you. They do. You're absolutely right about that. Good morning, Cat and Jack. Hey, are you working today? It's nice to see you. Cat says, hope you're well, Yogi. Thank you, Cat. Nobody says, I like the calculation. Today she is, oh, no, you work today. Hope you got a day off coming soon. My brother has a weird work schedule. So he's off on Thursdays, and then he has to work all the way to the next week till the next Thursday, and then he works Friday, and then he has a weekend off, and then the whole cycle starts again. I don't know if I would like that. That's 6 days in a row. Redeemer says Google Translate is in the Sennen von Nutrition Integrat. That's as much as I'm going to get. That actually hurt to even attempt to say. As mentioned before, in 9th grade, I took a semester of German, and my instructor very helpfully banned me from ever attempting to speak German again. Basically banned me from all things German. And said, you know what? German and all things German doesn't need your participation. Keep working with English before you think about doing another language. Because oddly enough, through grade school, middle school, through 5th grade to 8th grade, which was middle school for my Catholic school, I had French. Never learned a lick of French, except for how to count to 3. You'd think in that many years I would have progressed to 5? Nope. I think I can count to 5 in German. Adam says, I work 6 days in a row every week. I'm a business owner, so I don't work, I don't eat. Got you. I've drawn a hard line to become a YouTube professional. And I do nature shorts and live streams. That's basically it. And I'll be honest, I'm not very good at either one of them. But I keep showing up every day, 7 days a week, 3 days a week, and I've shown up for 3 days a week. I've shown up 3 times, 3 days a week for about almost a year and a half. I've done over 1,000 live streams in a row. And I hope to make a living being kind. And I do that also for my own benefit, my own spiritual practice. Being kind means that we have an underground tunnel bypassing the ego. The ego will be kind for the ego's benefit. I don't mean that to sound negative. It's just the way the ego thinks. The ego is always thinking in terms of, how do I survive? How do I keep my individuality? The ego always wants to be special. That's not a bad thing. That's just the way of the ego. However, it keeps us bound in an egoic perspective, which means our hearts are always narrow. It doesn't expand. And our true nature is one of expansion, and always expansion. And true kindness is expanding, meaning I include you, and I include you, and I include you. So kindness bypasses the true kindness. True forgiveness bypasses the ego. So, can I make a living by being myself? Let me take that back. I don't make a living. I was gifted a living by the grace of God, by the grace of the universe itself. The isness, the great oneness. However, I am seeking to earn a livable income through YouTube, if it's possible for someone who's not very good at YouTube to do so. The good news, doesn't take a whole lot. I don't have a whole lot of bills. A little bit of debt that I'm digging myself out of. Um, I have a house that's paid for. I don't have a car payment. My groceries don't cost that much. And my indulgence is occasionally buying a book. I'll be honest with you. I did buy a new kettlebell a month ago. Something says, moderator, thanks again, brother. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. You've been showing up. You've been so kind. You put such positive messages. I had to do it, my friend. Our friend Soulstar says, I was once asked if I was multilingual. All I could say is that I haven't even mastered English yet. I am multilingual in that every time I speak English, it is in a different linguistic attempt. As you can just tell by my attempt to say linguistic. Redeemer says, 1,000 live streams in a row. Well, I am nothing if not consistent. My one true talent is in showing up. Soulstar says, so it is. Kat says, Yogi, when was the last time you took a trip? And if you could, would you take a vacation from your routine? This is a good question. The last time I took a trip was when I was ultra running. 2019. Milk and I would race all over the East Coast. If there was a race that was interesting, we would go and do it. 50Ks, 50 milers, 100Ks, 100 milers, 24-hour races. We've been pretty much up and down the East Coast doing different races. So it's been a while. Since one, I wasn't going to leave my dad's side when I knew that he was at that point. And then with the COVID shutdown, I never re-engaged with life after that, with that aspect of life. And as far as my routine, it never feels like a routine. Everything honestly feels spontaneous and fresh and new every morning. It's not even like, yes, I get to do this again. It's like, whoa, wait, this? Man, guess what? I get to wake up in the morning and have a conversation with Cat and Jack. And every conversation with Cat and Jack is a wonderful opportunity to connect. Every time I get to hang out with Squirrel Sniper, every time I get to meet new friends. Just this morning, man, hanging out with Soul Stars and Redeemer, Tandra. Having said that, who knows? Who knows what the future lies? One day I might be somewhere in the South knocking on a good friend's door, hearing her dog bark and saying, hey, do you mind if I camp out on your porch overnight? I used to be a hitchhiker in my youth. I would just go out and put my thumb out and who knows where I ended up. In 17 more days, I'm going to be 60 years old. Maybe I'll take up my hitchhiking ways. This is a great question, Kat. So in the song it says, you need to sell t-shirts. Would I make a living being kind? Hey, I like that. I wish I knew how to make t-shirts. Man, Adam, that was awesome. I love when people present me their inspirations like that. Hey guys, what do you think of Adam's idea? Redeemer says, do you ever get a chance to look up that Jim Fix? He wrote the book of running. I had it like 1980 something. Weird thing is, I started working out when I was 11. And I ran training for something. I was never a runner until age 45. I decided to be a runner. Cat Jack say Yogi, I love you. I love you too, Cat. Thank you so much. Let's see. Soulstar says, I have a similar indulgence. My books come with a deck of cards. Awesome. Man, giving yourself that little indulgence of a book. And I try to find them used on Amazon. Soulstar says, I would totally wear that. Sweating and smiling together. Cat says, you're a good friend. Always have an available room for you, Yogi. That's awesome. You mean I don't have to sleep on the porch? Jonathan says, I really want to talk with you. I'll see if I can make that happen, Jonathan. I got your number. Let's see. Soulstar says, 60, you are aging gracefully. You are half right. I am aging. I am aging. You know, like I said, I work out every day. The only other thing I do, well, everything I do every day. Meaning I write every day. I've written every day for 26 years. I work out every day. I've worked out every day for... I took a day off in 2004 when I had the flu. I took one day off because it was insisted upon. I meditate every day. I've meditated every day since 1990 something. I do my breath work every day. I do my yoga asanas every day. It sounds pretty awful, but it isn't, because I love what I do. When you can devote an entire life to love, that's an awesome life, and my life is awesome. I have some trouble. I have some issues. I'm dealing with some things right now that I wish I wasn't dealing with. I've suffered underlying depression since I was a teenager. A couple years ago, 2020, 2021, out of the blue, I was hit with anxiety and panic attacks. Seemed to me a little late in life to be hit with that kind of stuff, but hey, we don't get to pick and choose. But all of that is occurring within this underlying sense of, it's okay. It's okay that this is happening. Again, I don't get to pick and choose, but I do get to love myself for what I'm going through. And when I do that, I realize we're all going through it. We're all fighting a hard battle. You're going through something too. To love myself through something means I love you through it as well. Kat says, Yogi, I think you should come visit and we can go over your curriculum for the Yogi retreat. It's a good idea. I love your state. I absolutely love that state. I spent an entire summer once. Actually, it was midsummer to early fall, backpacking from Gatlinburg to Tennessee, Gatlinburg to Cherokee. Cherokee's in North Carolina. All through the Smokies, on the Appalachian Trail, the side trails. We just kept going back and forth. Yep, Stolsar says, when we love what we do, it doesn't feel like work. You're absolutely right. Hey, Skits. Skits says, Smile Eric, you are a legend. Thank you, my friend. Our good friend Skits. Hey, Kat. I would even bring my own bags of rice and lentils when I showed up. I would even bring enough rice and lentils for both of us. For the three of us. Because I wouldn't leave Jack out. So I've been over a month without a dog. Personally, my own two dogs, which I was separated from anyway, when Mocha and I separated, I I was living with my dad to be his caretaker, so he already had a dog, so I couldn't bring my two dogs. But Mocha was just down the street, so I saw her all the time until we lost our house. Our house. Another whole story that a little painful, which means my dogs were a great distance from me and I couldn't see them. Um, and we lost them in 2019. However, because Mocha would show up every day, she brought her dog, Misty the Pomsky. But she's been in class, 6 classes, so virtually every day, and then homework. So I haven't seen Misty in over a month, and that is hard to deal with. I mean, yeah, I got 2 cats, and they're pretty cool. But man, there is nothing like an excitable dog. There's nothing like an excitable dog to take a walk with. Can you imagine seeing everything through a dog's eye? Or sniffing everything through a dog's nose? Soso says, all facts skits. Jonathan says, I'm sorry. No, you're not, my friend. You want to talk? That's not being stupid. That's just wanting to reach out. It's just wanting to make a connection. Virgin Outlaw has a question. Soso says, Jonathan, you're not being stupid. Thank you. Thank you, Soulstar. Man, we're all reaching out to make a connection. In our own ways, we're always seeking to connect. Tanya says, would you consider getting another dog? Yes. I only have 2 conditions. If I got another dog, I would want to add into my earning just enough income that if something happened to my dog, I would be able to afford the vet bills. I never want to compromise on my dog's health. So I'd want to have that included in. And I'm worried about my cats. I adopted my cats when they were 10 years old. They're 13 now. Sister cats, bonded. I don't know how they ended up in a shelter. They must have had a loving home because no one keeps 2 cats together for 10 years without loving them, right? So something must have happened to their owner, and it must have been pretty traumatic for the cats to find themselves being in a loving home and then suddenly being misplaced. They don't like, when Misty comes over, they don't like dogs. They're very shy. Now, maybe they would get used to it, but they have the run of the house. And I almost feel like I would be taking that away from them. I would love to have a dog. I mentioned before, I would love to adopt a senior dog. Just the thought of giving them a home. But also, I love the thought of an enthusiastic puppy and getting able to bond with that puppy. There is nothing like that kind of bond. Adam says, I work out every day. Days off will eventually find their way in. Agreed. Skid says, true indeed, Soulstar. I hope you have a wonderful day, everyone. All right, speaking of wonderful days, I need to get mine started, fuel up with some oatmeal, and get out and take, today's a long walk day. I'm going to try to do a members live stream at probably 8:30 or so Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Redeemer. Psalms 107:20. He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destructions. So many good words out there, i.e. the Course of Miracles, Conversations with God. Conversations with God was so important to me in the 90s. And of course, the Course of Miracles has been my my bedrock, my foundation, along with my yogic practice. Again, since the 90s. And it finally feels like it's certain to stick. I wrote about that this morning. Oh, maybe this afternoon I'll read my writing. Soulstar says they also have short-term memory, so they get excited to see us, even if we only been a couple of hours. So true. And I love that enthusiasm. Imagine if we all welcomed each other that same way. Soulstar says, my guess is the master passed on. That's what I wondered. Skid says, for a second I read Serbing's username as my my reindeer. That would be pretty cool. Soulstar says, Skits, that seems like something I would do. Tundra says, had a squirrel. All right. The stump is out for Squirrel Sniper. Good job, Squirrel Sniper. That's some hard work. Hey guys, if you get the opportunity to spend some time with Soulstars on her channel, you can see I have it up right now. Tarot cards. See what it holds for you. See what the message is, guys. Let's all reach out and support each other. I'm going to take a little bit of time to get a chance to visit everyone's channel today. All right, with that, guys, I'm going to see everyone just a little bit. Thanks for hanging out, Village Food Season. I hope to catch you live today. Village Food Season is live every day. I don't think a day's gone by since we've become friends. I haven't seen them do a live stream. They always greet you so enthusiastically. You're a friend, and they let you know that you're a friend. So if you get the opportunity, connect, going out, help them expand their message, and they will help you expand your message. Tundra says bye. Have a lovely day. You too, Tundra. Hey, don't forget, guys, only 150 more watch hours for Tundra. Help her get over that finish line. Virgin Outlaw says, have a beautiful day. You too, my friend. Thanks for coming in. All right. I'm going to run. Take care, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. And thank you for the 18 thumbs up. Much appreciated. See you guys.